What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Chat Shack. Today we are going to be talking about two of the biggest what are they called, racing motorsport races in the world, and that's F1 and NASCAR. Now F1 is European, well, mainly European. NASCAR is purely American. So F1's international, NASCAR is just USA, so you got to take that on board. But we're going to be talking about which one's better and which one we prefer and which one we'd prefer to watch. So I've got some facts here, but when you think of NASCAR, it's basically just the circle thing, the circle track, and that's all it is. You just go around the circle track. F1's got the turns and stuff. So for racing,
NASCAR's about speed, basically going around.
Well, yeah, but alright, I'll read some stats here about F1 and NASCAR. Basically, right, top speed in an F1 car is 205 miles an hour. The top speed of a NASCAR car is 200 miles an hour, so 5 miles an hour difference. Right. The weight.
So nothing big there.
No.
You can't even tell.
The weight of an F1 car is 1,300 pounds. The weight of a NASCAR car is 3,400 pounds.
So if you lost some of the weight off the NASCAR, it would actually be faster than an F1.
It would be faster than F1, but they're so heavy because of the
roll cage,
the massive body and the roll cages. Yeah. Cars. This is an interesting thing, right? A NASCAR vehicle costs $1.5 million or pounds. I think it's dollars. $1.5 million, but an F1 car, $7 million.
Really?
Yeah, $7 million.
Jesus,
so
big
that's
difference.
Like virtually $6 million difference in the cars, because basically what a NASCAR is just a big car with a big chassis and a big body, and that it's just got a big engine. F1, it's got the whole curves, it's got the massive it's got the steering wheel with the loads of buttons on it, and yeah,
the amount of technology in them.
The wheel on a F1 car has over 20 buttons.
Really?
20 buttons on the F1 car, but a NASCAR is just a normal steering wheel. So obviously, I think to drive an F1 car, you've got to have more skill, more technical. You've got to be technically better. Yeah. Pit stops for an F1 race, it takes about 3 seconds. NASCAR is 11 seconds. So there are quite a lot of differences, but the main difference I think is NASCAR is more exciting.
Is it? What, more crashes and stuff?
This
they
thing,
proper smash each other.
Both F1 and NASCAR have exciting moments and really boring moments, because basically F1 basically you have two of at the moment in F1 you have Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, who are the two main people who are in the best car. Whereas in NASCAR you don't have someone in a best car. They're all pretty even. They're all basically the same car. Whereas in F1 you've got super fast cars and really slow cars that are at the back. So there's not really a fair competition or anything to see who's the best kind of driver. Whereas in NASCAR there is. So I think that's the point to NASCAR really, because NASCAR is more even, more fair, and it's more packed up.
Yeah, they're closer. You don't know who's going to win from the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where F1, cars actually do get an easy lead, and then they've won. Yeah. But with NASCAR, it's more who's going to win now, but until the end.
Exactly.
Unless they get smashed out.
Exactly. That's the other thing. Smashing out. NASCAR has so many crashes. And it's a lot of action packed. It's it's proper American stuff. It's what makes America really good. The whole action and the crashes. I bet the crowd's better. Crowds are probably a lot more up for it and stuff. Yeah. Thing is though, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking F1 can be really boring in the middle of a race, because you've got the people at the front, you've got people at the back. It rarely changes. I mean, there's not many overtakes.
Something like the first
each race. Only first laps. Yeah, first 5 laps. That's where everything happens, and then the last few laps is where everything happens as well. But during a race, F1 it kind of spreads out a lot, but NASCAR, what they do is they bring out safety cars and stuff, so that the cars, if they do get split apart, they bring them back in. So basically they're always close, and it's always a good race. Basically. Whereas in F1 it's just that. Thing is with F1 is that it's more technical. NASCAR's probably a better sport to watch if you're a racing fan, I think. But yeah, I've got some stuff here. F1 is definitely more global, and without a doubt. I mean, it's a whole of Europe, England, and they do have a race in America. It's not exactly that popular, but yeah. But USA NASCAR is basically just USA. That's all it is.
Yeah, but the F1 actually does tour around the whole world.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Well, not the whole round. Whole
NASCAR
Europe.
tours around America.
They do race in like each country, don't they?
Yeah, F1 does a different race in every country.
And everyone wants to go to the Monaco one.
F1 is technically better, as I said, because it's got the car is basically just so expensive, and like maybe I think that's why they don't crash as much, because everyone's so careful with the cars, because it costs so much money. Like a wing might cost like a few $100,000 or something like that, or something ridiculous.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
But the main thing, it's not really a main thing, but the thing I think that F1, basically movies made about F1 are better than movies made about NASCAR racing.
What NASCAR movies are there?
The main one I know is Talladega Nights. Now that's not, it's a comedy film. It's not exactly like.
Is it about the racing then?
Sort of, not really.
Oh,
sort of.
There isn't really many films about
NASCAR. F1 in the past few years they've brought out not F1 themselves, but F1 films. Senna and Rush.
Yeah, Rush
good. Was awesome. Senna was awesome.
Yeah, but Senna's about the dude, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was back in the old days.
Basically about his crash and everything.
But yeah, both sports are have their up points and bad points. I mean, NASCAR is just driving around a circle, so I guess that can get really boring quick. But thing is with F1 is, especially if you're actually there. I mean, watching it on TV is not too bad. But when you're actually there, you just see a car go past, brake, car go past, car. It's like there's nothing really going on unless there's a crash, which is there rarely is a crash.
They're the good bits, though.
But yeah, I mean, Americans love NASCAR. I mean, it's absolutely huge in America. Like F1, I think is number 4 in the motorsport, number 4 highest motorsport in America, whereas F1's like the number 1 in every other country in Europe. But thing F1's got in its favour as well is the whole is the international kind of side, where it basically goes to like Monaco, Germany, England, like everywhere,
travels.
Yeah, like Australia, everywhere around the world basically it goes. Whereas NASCAR is just in America. But I think,
is it in like all the different states then?
Yeah, I think NASCAR should be shown on English TV more, because
I've never seen it on English TV.
I've seen it like once or twice, I think, on Sky Sports somewhere. But it's only like when they do specials and stuff. Yeah. But basically, I think they should show it more, because it's a good sport, and it's a good race.
Watch. I'd like to watch that.
Maybe less laps.
It's more fair, yeah.
Would make it less boring, but I mean they. Keep,
the F1 drags on for long.
Yeah, I mean F1 goes on for ages. It takes like a few hours.
60 laps in it.
The whole thing, yeah. But
it should be like 20.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm a bit biased because I watch F1. And I watch F1 a lot. Lewis Hamilton, he's great British. I watch him. I support him and stuff. NASCAR,
I haven't really got into it. Years ago.
Yeah, Jenson Button. Yeah. I haven't really got into NASCAR, but I reckon it's obviously for Americans, NASCAR's far better, and for English and the Europeans, F1 is far better. But I think both of them can learn from each other in some ways, because I think F1 needs to learn. If F1 brought in the whole even cars. Like every car was the same.
It'd be a better race, yeah.
It'd be a better race, because it'd be more tight, because everyone would be in the same car, and it'll be basically the skilled people at the front and then less skilled people at the back, so it'd be fairer. And NASCAR, I think they just need to make the tracks a bit better, really, for the race, because it's just a circle.
Yeah.
But they've both got good points.
Like turns and whatnot.
Yeah, they've both got good points. They've both got bad points.
Yeah, but I reckon cars, because they weigh so much, I bet they're hard to turn. And if they do have a crash, it would be a massive.
All they do though is turn left, the NASCARs. So basically, they just steer left for the whole race. I mean, it's not that simple, but basically that's what it is.
You must get an arm ache.
Yeah, but yeah, what do you think? F1 versus NASCAR. Americans obviously going to think NASCAR. I think NASCAR is better for entertainment, but F1 is better for
competition.
Yeah, like a competitive kind of someone you want to support.
Yeah, but it's unfair though as well.
Yeah, it's unfair, but it's better for that kind of thing. But yeah, just want to say quick thank you to everyone who subscribed, commented, liked everything on our channel, and thank you for getting us over 100 subscribers. It means a lot, and yeah, it's kind of a milestone, even though it's like the first milestone. It's not really a big milestone, but for us, it's quite a big thing. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed. And yeah, as always, as I said, like and subscribe, and peace out.